And you're welcome back to the Happy Morning Show. Safi and I do a feeding at one say more quava about Jumedian. So I'm hoping to so far following the Happy Morning Show, no Bibia Echo a Yema and you've been following keenly enough to want to send us your thoughts, your views, and your comments, and they play a very important role in our discussions. Since Peno, I will encourage you to say our thoughts via Mfam Bremia. We would be happy to hear from you this morning. Say, Obe Sunday, a views no Eddie Abrania. And I pay many Palgrave Boakye-Danquah, government spokesperson on governance and security, or no, and I'm needing for the next 20 minutes there. Menono and the studio hand say, Onia Akwaba.
Minya met you, I signed the Inchiama. No pay na some we are cratchy pa me say na address na oh many ajipa me type radio stations be so me sha oda so ko intima fro cratchy same
mesum yo yenin komo from the governance point of view, Menje, or thoughts, how would you describe Ghana?
Me da say democratically peaceful, assured of greater prosperity in the future. Foundations, industrialization, railway, road network, after headquarters about Ghana. Brief description, I mean, the Ghana say Ghana continually a gateway to Africa, number one. A sign sustainable, peaceful democracy for the sub-region of West Africa, an icon. Leaders are back Ghana from 1957. And there close to about 18 to 19 leaders are from various dispensations, First Republic, Second Republic, military regime, Third Republic, Fourth Republic, Omunya contributed significantly. Obi beye bi no bi aba beto aso. Inti ya Ghana ne de senior Black Stars for no e de kire yen no ye kokko no a ye okon a ye nananom ekoma yen e ma ye nya ye fa ho de ye yellow no yellow minim senior beka no tree mu sikakoko okay ye sikakoko na e kire ye natural resources no and a green no ye agriculture no any Black Star na kai yen ma ye hu say ye shining example on the African continent.
It's interesting your description of Ghana and your assessment because you speak about security, you speak about railway, you speak about AFTA and business as well. Railway, away?
Minya bema, oshe Europe. Mindim so watra hoda. Na
me pure Ghana.
Oh, no. You can't deny it.
No, seriously, I'm
not.
For the record, I have never lived in Europe before.
Mate.
Yes.
You what are one? The other two doing a problem. But also Europe, railway nya wo Europe no. Foundations almost see a check kakra enye emre afebako ana afemienu ena ne afemiensa a foundation be brain. Now Ghana so your railway network na ye de toto on my Indra President State of the Nation address am yet say ya kakra na ye wie bi. I mean networks ni bi on my Eastern Corridor de nya ni wie bi ebebie ama sesia no nkofo betumi di akoniaba aba. Ba me ankasa mo krata bi a menye fi AU person mu create African Transnational Railway Network. As Ufi Ghana, that's what person they never call South Africa. In less than a few days, in Niamano cargo no ebedu honum. And I think that's where the continent is going to. Now, other research and so I they are to honum we are Fenenia and it's projected say by the time Africa ebedu 2063 no, the entire world highest level of population for young people will be 1 billion, and they'll all be resident on this continent. Inti yejidi say in Sheshaya Omampeni Nanado Dankwa Kufuado ede tutu honum no a creative foundational path ama nyobeba be din anan no from 2025 economy no and also as a sort to create those pillars na answer na Ghana you be 100 in the next few years This year is 65. I got 35 now. You did 100 years. Me sure say time now dream I start here.
They are made precise no.
Hey, any media dey say me who be. Na Ohwepa by that time no, ye be di Ghana at 100 no. You betumi ahwe ye chi. Na ya ka say say yampa nhyehyɛ ya ye de toto honom education, one district, one factory, industrialization.
But I will let you proceed further. It's interesting that you're looking at Ghana at 100 and not looking at Ghana at 65. When Ghana at 1, at 2, Ghana at 3, Ghana at 4, Ghana at 5, at 6, had railway, had airline, had a ship, had industries, had railway networks, had communities, Tema community built. And yet we are waiting 100 years?
Oh, there be, and yes, 300 years. It's true. First Republic, Second Republic, but near Abia already ye finish say, Nyankofo di hun komo say yen fambra Ghana. It's a some feel say situation here ripen. We went through a dispensation of military coup d'etats in this country. From 72, 79, to disrupt every development and akoso on minimum. Look at that and look at how you build this stable economy from 1992 up to date. It's almost about 30 years of 29 thereabouts of stable democracy.
But at some point we were told, sir, even your regular rail networks are war. For all the instances I have known, you try say utilize it even one for the past 5 years. There is either being a derailment, there is either being a crash, and there isn't none that has worked so far. There was a Takoradi one. There's the Accra one, there's been the Tema one, and all either derailment or there's this hitch, there's that problem. And we have been promised that we're going to have, is it bullet train or speed train? And 5 years on, there isn't any, and our old networks too ain't working.
Sami, your railway industry now, over the years, continually, there's not been high level of maintenance over the successive years. Domi marketer railway na ewo honom no Nanado Dankwa Kufuado buy no he's beginning to make sure say you be create the platforms na be ma rails na yejuma on top of Tetekwashi o hwe sa railway na fit teshi e ba be senko achimota no so a I see say me who trains ni bi FFF so nkakra na oko Volta region so a you see the infrastructure ye dia toto honom as it relates to the railway industry but minya bema in Kakrano, Ghana is gradually effa nintumapa efra as it relates to the railway industry. But me GDP say answer na finibekwe 2022 no we'll see some very high level of railway development no hu sakona nim kakra sensenia na yedren hono.
And within the 5 years, we couldn't have gotten the Accra Tema railway line to work for us.
Oh, not in that case. I mean, within the 5 years, and I saw TSA we are putting the foundations in place. I mean, Opa to quite let your cameramen Momonko share the various places. So they will see the infrastructure works at Timpoku, maybe tutu to quite who at Timpoku, Udu Volta Ridge inside Onoma. You see a lot of those infrastructure works in the tutu onum just to make sure say railway industry will be beefed up. There's a lot of work.
What's the focus? What's the focus of these networks here? Is it for human commuting purposes? Is it for industrial purposes? What's the reasoning behind the network rehabilitation
Minyabema is for a number of things. The first is for cargo. So send your foodstuffs now if you market you bet you be doing them in a very safe manner. Ufi Kumasi now banal share the body or ba and comfort that's one in your manner, even at the peril of their life. You could see say it's not too safe. I mean it's not good for the sanitization of the human being. Into one is for cargo. Just to make sure say we can be able to move things from the farm market to the farm places and conform to me at all. Then the next one is for mobility, easing of traffic. The amount of time I spending in traffic is a lot. Maybe because of a crisis, I have to leave home around 4:30 a.m. Say I maybe do and crying in time. Ma me fi Accra me fi fie be 4:30 a.m. na me fi fie be 6 a. Maybe do Accra na be 9. As a result of the traffic. Into railway really is the next big thing. Now, munya butre kakra Emma President Nanado Dankwa Kufuado. na monhwe senia freeway echo sesi a deliver state of the nation
when I hear
address.
some of these comments munya abotre kakra the 4-year mandate of a president is not automatic renewal. And so based upon that, when an individual who's been elected tells you, say, within the 4-year tenure, I am going to do this, it is not with the presupposition, say, onipano obenya an extension, and you know, within the extension period, no, and over fulfilling the promises. What he says is what he must do. And I'm a boy.
Mamin can railway no sem kakranka ho. And President, page 18, or say, the construction of the 22-kilometer section of the Western Railway line on a new standard gauge from Kojokrom to Manso, yes, year 2018. You be no by the end of this year, number one. Or say ahead, see you be no. You say secure more funding. I see a twasso with Western Railway Development Project for an additional 78 kilometers from Manso to Hini Valley. Or say our project we know you bet twasso amayenya dual gauge tracks between Takrade and Kojokrom from narrow gauge to standard gauge.
All these things that you have mentioned, it's quite sad. So I have just some 15-10 minutes to sit here with you, because if I want us to deal with the railway sector, the next phase I'm going to go and say, oh, catch him said dual phase the networks and the system that plies on those routes, the rails, the trains themselves that are on those routes, especially when we are talking about climate change. Ghana, you're subscribing to. Ghana, you're catching them who say that is where we need to go. Based on which you're catching them who say you're in Tobuti company, you're closing it down. And it all has to do with climate change. Don't be so. Yes. So then we ask, if we are thinking in the direction of these tracks that we are talking about, some semblance of a commitment towards climate change, looking into the future with these networks, we would have seen some evidence. In that respect, where are we going with these networks lines here were mentioned from Omampeni and the address?
Where we are going, is a high-level industrialized economy. Ubenya high-level network. Now trains, two namha, not two namha, na a diakonia basa from one place to another place. Opa, you be too quiet. Yakoshe 22-kilometer section, of the Western Railway, if you Kojokrom Ekomanso. Now, look at how well you see a deal with 4 years to be able to complete this. Now, Ocean Swa, railway na with 78 kilometers, from Manso to Hini Valley. All of that is a boost of tourism. There were a lot of tourist attractions where a lot of these places are. You did say, answer ye be winning your idea. Now, the sanity kakra about within the railway industry.
I think I do a feeding at one time more about Jimedi so happy morning show and wasu eguso with you are telling us that we should have hope and confidence in what His Excellency the President has said concerning in future. Can't we, Mom? The much anticipated SkyTrain project, which is a fully automated, high efficiency and extremely cost-effective public mass transit system that will use air propulsion technology to drive lightweight, high passenger volume vehicles, today, the 11th of November 2019, received a big boost with the signing of a concession agreement between the government of Ghana and the AI SkyTrain Consortium of South Africa. The signing ceremony took place in South Africa as part of ongoing African Investment Forum's investment in Africa's space event ongoing in Johannesburg. And this is on the website of the Ministry of Railways Development. Few years down the line, we get told, say, there won't be any SkyTrain in Ghana. It's not possible. Why should I believe this?
I'm just
stating facts. I'm just stating facts.
May say believe this because this is the reality on the ground.
At the time, this was also a reality. These are MOUs and agreements that were signed for the same project.
The new minister of railway and Oba and Obe review in Yemani Bino Kachre.
Indeed.
Inti esi ekoyenim. With the new information here, as an also tria kakra. So, with the new information.
Proceed. You're moving on to security in the sub-region and Ghana for that matter. You mentioned, sir, the peace we are enjoying in the country. And I know you've been paying attention to His Excellency the President when he talks about a coup d'etat Akoso and the sub-region, Mali, Burkina Faso, and Guinea-Bissau and co. Consistently, I think on 2 or 3 occasions, Omampeni is conscious enough to mention why going the path of coup d'etats is not the way to go for Ghana. But if you look at the elements that trigger these things in other countries where it's happened, are those elements not visible?
Debbie,
the unemployment situation, the economic hardships, the fuel prices, the non-commensurate increase in salaries, and
it is not the same.
When
you have a man, to say table, yes, Upa buffet for coup d'etat no pay. So, I'm buffet. I mean, sure how coup d'etat will look like.
Okay, Yanko.
See a buffet of coup d'etat no pay, me no million to mean Trano mending Koma Yedi.
Yending Comono.
Yes, sign your coup d'etat or Ghana Hanoma, and Kolabewu, a papafobewu, a mamifobewu.
No,
schools will be closed. Let me give you the reality on the ground. Let me have lived in coup d'etat environment.
Relax. I'm not saying.
Let me give you how it looks like. Now you're interested if that is what we want.
No. Nobody's calling for that.
No,
I am saying that
the
elements.
The elements. Intimate say there are no elements in this country presently. I said there is an environment I created to initiate coup d'etat or to warrant coup d'etat. Never. There is no evidence, not at all.
Okay.
We have a stable democracy, sustained leadership of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo over these 5 years. Look at the pandemic, and look at how well Ghana has recovered out of that pandemic. I had COVID, and COVID now I was on oxygen for almost 30 days at Rich Hospital. Today, Yetumie be land borders, highly as a result of the fact that based on the science and the data, there is not a single patient who is in critical care or severe conditions in any of the hospitals in this country. Ebini Rage, Ebini Ga East, Ebini Kolebu, Ebini Kumasi, not a single patient. We have successfully vaccinated 13.1 million Ghanaians with over 20 million vaccines available in this country. We have successfully opened schools. Now many people say, oh, we open schools, put together the protocols. BC, and then SSS. We have successfully opened universities and no more level 400 had an opportunity to write exams and then so still you have no national service personnel. What conditions are those? Number 3, if you really look at the global issues at AC and look at measures are binding to 200, you cannot say government is immune to the issues that are happening around the world. Not at all. Look, compare Mali, compare Niger, and compare the various places and military juntas rose against democratic elected government. And look at those conditions. Now flip in the back. Now I say if those conditions are the same in this country. As a country.
Hold it. For you, what are the conditions from what's now war-torn area we paying? What are the conditions that precipitated those junta making those coup d'etats?
It's a lack of leadership.
It's a lack of leadership.
Yes, clearly. And then also, Unim, you know, there are some, because of where I sit, but there are some of the leaders, they have stayed in power for a very long time. And they are even attempting some changing constitutional documents so that they can stay more. Our country is not like that. The president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has overly stated, say he's going to hand over power 7th of January 2025 to a new government.
So for you, economic hardships cannot be one of the conditions that would form the basis for a coup d'etat happening in the country. For you, unemployment cannot form the basis of a coup d'etat happening. For you, hunger cannot be one of the bases for a condition for a coup d'etat happening.
When the government is not addressing it. So all these issues are wakano when the government is not addressing it. Look, you start initiative, right? You start for book. Very soon they will launch a number of their initiatives. You start initiative. Government is pumping over 10 billion into young entrepreneurs. 1 million of them are Let me give
from where? What?
You start.
Okay.
You start. Ghana, you start.
Okay.
You start.
I know. You start. There, but maybe it's say the project funding, no.
Yes.
Yeah, for free here. I know
budget allocations have been made,
there are budget
but
where?
A sizable part of it is coming from the E-levy you're passing just 2 days ago. You understand?
So this was hinged on Sika. But so for instance, I ask, Yemfan is a minority for the parliament. Normal parliament in Supreme Court. Not Supreme Court agrees with them. Say the manner in which the E-levy was passed was problematic or unconstitutional or illegal. And then it has to come back with all the frustrations in Parliament. What happens to this project?
Until then, we can't discuss it. It's say the manner in which the E-levy was passed is very constitutional, extremely constitutional. Until the Supreme Court interprets it differently, we cannot discuss it. Because I observed the parliamentary proceedings. The bill was read the 3rd time. The Speaker of Parliament asked those that were in favor and those that were not in favor. And then the ayes had it. Well, and the E-levy was passed.
I'm not a lawyer. So some of these legal, I won't pretend to be a lawyer to understand or to have, because even before until Supreme Court made judgment, I held a contrary position to their judgment until they passed it.
So
what do I say? It's law, insofar as it's been passed, and so it's law, and so that's what we are working with. We would be patient enough to wait for the Supreme Court to give their verdict on what is before them. It's unfortunate that my time is up. It's 9, and what we would need to do is this. Make time for an evening conversation on fact sheet. 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Next week Tuesday. Now, because there's a lot of things to be discussed. And confirm you officially for Tuesday evening.
All
right, so next week, Tuesday, fact sheet 8 to 9 p.m. I'll be here with Palgrave, and if it didn't come about a normal baby, because we will have ample time to delve deeper into these issues. But bro, I'm grateful that you made time to join me this morning on the show.